It's a very good question, James. Do you prefer real dice or do you prefer dice rollers? That's the thing we're going to talk about for the first few minutes. Welcome to the Danger Games. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah, real dice. I'm a real dice guy. I've got my polyhedral plastic boys right here. Listen. Oh, there's nothing beats that.
Scott, that's your teeth.
Come on. Yeah.
I think it depends, doesn't it? I think Drum definitely should use the app just because he's always like,
yeah. I got one. Falling off the chair. I'm going to go back home and
Drum needs like 4 devices though. He needs one for his character sheet, one for just his rolling of dice.
We need an actual
one
full
like
LED screen right in front of him.
James, have you got some Saurine?
No. This is Who's Got the Saurine?
For fuck's sake.
Yum, 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 yum.
Yeah, the closet Tory at the end of the table.
Gonna open some of this up, but it tastes like library closures, Colin.
And
Like
swimming
a
pools.
little sandwich.
Yeah.
And swimming pools.
Where'd that art budget go?
Yeah, no one can afford a house because of what you're eating.
Every bite.
Is it called Saurine everywhere else, or is it just malt loaf? Does people know what malt loaf
it's actually
is?
not allowed to be sold anywhere else but in England.
The Tories have made sure.
Yeah.
You actually can get some. You can get a malt loaf from Lidl, which is just as good.
In France,
And it's
called
not made
Royale.
by Saurine.
I don't know though, and it's slightly drier. I have tried it. But it is significantly cheaper, so I'm definitely down with that. And it's
like
not fun in the Tories, which is good.
It's so squidgy. I love it.
Unless we find out that Lidl,
The problem I have
choice.
with the Saurine is when you eat it, it will just get stuck in all your teeth. And
Good
then
one.
you're like,
In all your teeth.
it's a really bad
your
thing.
teeth.
All your teeth.
Probably a really bad thing
Teeth
to
you're not
eat.
wearing, teeth, someone else's teeth.
Eat before a podcast. Not, I mean, even worse if you're actually during a podcast.
during
Just-
a podcast,
just a
you got to be a
For
massive
someone's nanny.
Yeah. Just to put one back in the plus side of Saurine, it is very good slow release for exercise if you're doing something exertive.
All the gym nuts that I know, they are all cane
You know
and
nuts?
Saurine.
Yeah. It's,
Are they really?
it is, but it is really good because if you're doing something like cycling, running, cardio-based stuff like that, it's just good, slow.
I like Saurine. Okay, I love it.
Do you know what's better?
Tory! Oh, look at that.
Yeah, right.
Do you know what's better? Do you
My
know what's
heart
better than
hurts.
Saurine for low release, slow release carbohydrates.
What?
Anything fucking else. Pick a food. It'll be better than Saurine.
Boiled egg. Yeah. Just a good plain boiled egg. That's
Well,
my
they
brother.
didn't have any pulse in Tesco, so
Yeah, true.
Probably be cheaper than Saurine.
I tried to keep up with Scott during lunch. We went for some food.
Red little chicken.
Don't do
How'd it
that.
go?
Nothing.
Don't do that. Scott will remain the lithe, muscly figure he always is, and you will get fat.
I was sitting there sweating, like prepared to vomit. and
Guys,
he was like, "Hey, can I eat the rest of your food?" After he'd eaten his meal.
It's starting to happen though. I'm getting a little hobbit belly down here.
fuck off.
It's a little bit.
Scott is indicating about a centimetre of just skin.
There's a roll.
If you didn't have that, Scott, you would split. So-
He's going to be the biggest one of us one day.
Yeah,
This is
honestly,
gonna happen.
it'll
Yeah,
all
it'll
stop.
just balloon
and I'll
one
become
day.
round.
yeah.
I'll become spherical.
You'll just be the kingpin. You'll just come wandering in. It's like, holy Jesus!
Because I'm bold as well, it'll look very intimidating.
Yeah, right.
Like a little bullet.
It's got to embrace it, man.
Yeah,
Gotta
man.
Embrace it.
Speaking about embracing things, talk about embracing that last minute victory. Also, feel kind of bad for Rama because that was Rama's fight. You know, like Rama did like that epic thing and just got KO'd straight away.
By gravity.
That's what I'm saying. It was a good example of how tactical crits can really work in your favor because I rolled a crit and I chose to use the tactical thing instead of the double damage. And that is just at the right time. Let me tell you, change your fight.
Yeah.
And one more like go, and he probably would have made us toast.
I was
Because
seriously.
it was Colin, and then it was him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Would have been dead.
So-
Would have been dead.
It was Dash then Androphicus. Yeah.
I had to do it though. Like I had to do it. Like there's nothing else Dash could have done. I had to go and do that attack.
Yeah.
And it was just lucky that it.
You weren't satisfied with that crossbow, were you, buddy? You were there using your crossbow.
I don't think anyone was satisfied with that crossbow. Like, you know, the crowd weren't loving it. I did like the crowd, though. Oh, it's unspoiled to use a crossbow. As Andronicus literally hurls It's like, you're like,
I thought about that
from
after.
the air. It's like, come and fight us. No. Just stay up here.
The thing that that history, that humanity, that performance and gaming has learned as a whole is that the crowd is fickle as hell. And it's like, they will change their minds by per day, per week, per minute, whatever the mass opinion is, that's what will happen, and that's going to happen. It's going to happen a lot, sometimes it won't work in your favor.
And historically, no one likes crossbows. Like, everyone just talks shit about crossbows in history because they're not they're seen as cheating because they're so efficient compared to even if you've got crossbowmen on your side, if you're a general, you're sitting there being like, bunch of pricks.
Yeah. They're like the jocks, aren't they? Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah. Everybody hates
they
them.
Weren't
but
infallible.
They
They did have a lot of drawbacks, but in terms of...
Very nice.
didn't even try, did you?
No, that was pretty good.
Just slips out of you. You can't even help it anymore, can you?
Mate, I know.
Hey? Makes me cross. Almost.
Actually, one of those inventions, I was quite surprised at how old they were as well when I learned it. Because I thought, medieval times, but they were around before then.
Really?
They were old. Yeah.
Jesus times?
Jesus, loads of pictures of Jesus with the crossbow.
he was put on a cross.
Jesus, it was their version of hobo with a shotgun, with Jesus with a crossbow.
That's what he was hoping when he was getting crucified. He hoped he was going to get yeeted up into space.
I'm here to clear this temple.
I'm coming back.
It's not what a crossbow does.
Well, yes.
I don't know what you guys are moaning about.
This is going to be a Good Friday.
Do you have any
imagining Jesus with a crossbow?
Does Baron Booblade... You have spells, right? But you must have melee weapons as well, right?
Let me see.
Thank you, Ross, for asking this.
I have.
Here we go.
Yeah, I've got a quarterstaff.
Yeah, we need to.
Why don't you ever use that?
Why doesn't the wizard run into combat and use his quarterstaff?
You were the only one that was
rather than raining death from afar as a wizard.
Yeah, I'm going to push you into the fight next time.
Does seem like an easy. You won't be able to. He's made of wind.
It's true. It's true. Yeah,
Gusty wind.
Yeah, if you just hop behind you again. It does seem an easily answerable question. I would have done exactly the same thing. In fact, Androphagous himself was doing the exact same thing to you for most of that combat.
Yeah.
Was staying at a distance and hammering you from range. It's the thing I always think about with like flying creatures. In Skyrim, whenever it's a great game, but why the fuck do the dragons ever land?
Yeah.
Why would they?
Yeah.
Unless they're forced to. Why would you give up that amazing advantage? And I've always thought about that. It's like, when I get a flying creature and when I'm a DM, I'm going to make sure it flies for 90% of the battle. And I did. I'm going to do it again.
Because that's the advantage, isn't it? You know.
It's an amazing advantage. You've got
It's always the way, in Skyrim or The Witcher, you're fighting a flying beast and they have to come down to just, have a little rest.
Yeah.
It goes off again. You're like, fuck's sake.
It's the same on the street.
And do you know what? I was
Street dragons.
Street dragons.
Street dragons.
Where I'm from, man, you have to.
I was thinking as well about the
stay flying. Whitstable, you have to stay flying. Yeah, to stay flying. Otherwise,
And I was thinking about the meat missile that eventually took him down. And I was like, I don't know, that doesn't seem that. And then I had a memory. Do you remember those sausages in petrol stations on rollers?
They're just going around,
and they're just going round and round. And those things were, you look at them and be like, that's been there for ever. Like literally, no one's ever bought it. They would take down.
That's what we're talking on. That's
that's Dovahkiin weapon right there. That's just literally like
What's the sort of rules on killing an innocent person watching the games? Do you get arrested, or do they just go, well, sorry, bye?
Find out, won't we?
You'll find it quite hard to do that if the games were dangerous for the audience in any sense.
I mean, we gave it a good run in that last one. Tossed a mace at them. And
there was, the games would quickly become unprofitable if the audience were ever put in danger on a regular basis. Not saying it hasn't happened before, but they've put things in place to make sure that's not a thing. I basically wanted to remove that as an option for you guys. Let's just put it out there. I wanted to take away kill the audience as a possible tactic.
There must have been back in the olden days, back in the
crossbow days.
Yeah, back in Jesus crossbow days.
Yeah.
When they did those fights, and they had live animals and stuff, they must have just jumped over the edge and start,
what happens?
The audience apart.
They used
release the lions.
Oh fuck! I think the walls were quite high, and also I think some of them had overhanging nets as well over the walls, so it couldn't. Like a lion wouldn't be able to clamber over.
Yeah.
And if it could, you'd be like, give that lion a medal and a legion to command. Because that is a clever lion.
Centurion lion.
Give him Eastern France. It still gloriously happens today in bullfighting that still exists, unfortunately, in the world. There's modern videos of the bull getting into the audience. This has happened in recent times in the 21st century.
They do that bull run, don't they? Where they just run.
Pamplona.
Where they just run down the road and they're like, fucking hell, run!
Yeah.
Never happen in Robot Wars. Very, very safe sport.
No,
Never get a robot. I mean, the robot run all the fucking time with that spinning blade running down.
Yeah.
But Sir Kill-a-Lot, never. If he could just pick him up and toss him into the crowd,
Matilda
that'd be
was
great.
the shit one, wasn't it? There was the rhino.
That was the
Oh my
rhino.
God, Matilda was bollocks.
Or the Triceratops or
What
what?
was the one with the flamethrower that did nothing?
Sergeant Slaughter.
Sergeant
Bash.
That was it.
Yeah, thing. He had an
Didn't bash.
ineffective hammer and then a flamethrower.
Activate. Yeah.
And Sir Kill-a-Lot was just massive, but just with the little jaws of life on his arm and a lance, and that was it.
He just sort of pin people and like, ooh, that's it. Yes.
And then the claw would go through like a bit of the thing. I always thought because the first winner they had on that, didn't they? It was just a flipping. It was a wedge.
Roadblock, I believe it was.
And
called.
that became the format for all future heroes. If all the winners were some kind of flipping thing, and I always thought that sucked a little bit. That's not Robot Wars. That's Robot Judo. If you got the first person who can get underneath the other person and flip them over, you've got A, a very short fight, and B, unsatisfactory, and C, it's not a war. That's not a battle.
It did, and then everything got flipped on its head because there was the one that won, and it was basically a circular saw but on its side.
Yeah.
It had a sort of thick belt that went round with little catchy hooks, and it just tore the crap out of everyone else's. There was like, but my flippy ramp one is just, oh no, and it couldn't get underneath it. It was just, I remember being quite satisfied.
There was one with like a super crusher, like a mass, was it called Razor or something?
Yeah,
it had like
I
a big
remember that one.
crushing spike arm that was just absurdly powerful. And I think that was the point where they were like, shit, we basically got people from their school turning up and playing against like these guys from like MIT. They were like, we designed a legitimate death machine. This is military grade.
Yeah, it was always heartbreaking, wasn't it? I made this with my dad. It took us about 6 weeks. He's really proud of it.
Yeah.
First 2 minutes, and there's just like grown men being like, "Yeah, fuck you, stupid fucking kid."
There were some terrible robots though. I remember one that was just like an inner bike wheel. And it just sort of wheeled out there and just got smashed to pieces. And it was very satisfying, but sad.
I'm all about balance, you see. I'm against the flippy thing. I wanted to make it a contest, but in order to make it a fair contest, those kids who, out of love and passion, spend their summer holidays making that robot, they should be given a few extra bits when they arrive. They go, okay, cool.
Yeah.
We're going to pimp your robot a little bit. We're going to bolt on a few extra arms. Because we've got a garage full of nerds who have spent years making Sir Kill-a-Lot, and they've had loads of funding. It is drastically unfair to pit them against yours. So we're going to give you a bit of extra time.
Like a gun.
Yeah. Tell you what, you get a gun, you get 3 bullets. Okay, there's 5 robots. Choose.
You have to fire it from up on your side. You can't fit the robot.
I thought you meant a gun for the robot. You just given personally a gun. You have a gun.
You can't build the robot for them. If they can find a way to fit it to the robot before the battle starts, then great. Otherwise,
I only need 1 bullet to put against Craig Charles's head to tell me that I've won the game. Okay, that's the only bullet I need. That's the one. That's the one you use.
I love you, Red Dwarf. Now say I won.
Yeah. Don't work harder, work smarter.
Yeah. They should have different leagues.
They
like
should.
a lightweight and
We should
a
probably
heavyweight.
get into this episode. This is like taking quite a long
Tell you what,
time.
James, that sounds like a great idea for a campaign, for a D&D campaign.
All right.
Robot Wars, the campaign.
Yeah, man. That's a
But
good idea.
would you want us to play the robots or the controller? The war.
Yeah.
The
It's got to be the robots, isn't it?
No, we all play Craig Charles trying to keep a Robot Wars show going in a sort of fantasy world.
Yes.
You got to travel the world, accumulating people who have their own pets and making them fight. Oh my god, I'm more
using only the power of robots and Philippa Forrester. So yeah,
Forrester.
Yeah.
Well, soon you'll be seeing the Forrester for the trees, because right now you're face to face with a legate, with a member of the highest council of the Callisiopolis.
What's Dash gonna do?
You have defeated Androphagus the Manticore, crowd beloved. The crowd is now on your side. You overcame this threat and then did not execute this Androphagus. You kept him alive. He will go on to fight in other games, perhaps even against you again. That's a choice you have made. And now the legate herself has come down from the stands, surrounded by arbiters, and wishes to speak to you. And the last thing she said to Dash was, "Why did you disobey my order?"
Yeah, Dash, why did you disobey her order?
What happened?
Can I fill them in before I give you an answer?
Go ahead.
Rama stands shakily to his feet and sort of in front of the legate.
So we were all defeated. Baron was running away. You two were almost dead. And there was I. staring down death in my face. And then a bolt of courage came through my every being, my ears pricked up, and I ran across and I slain him on the mountain.
He's still alive, though, brother. He's down there, bro.
Yes, but I'm getting to that.
Oh, sorry.
And then I had my sword to his throat. I could have killed him, and then you turned around and you said, I should. This is the person over here. That I should kill him.
I didn't say that. I just gave a gesture from the crowd.
Yeah, spinning heads somewhat.
Thing.
But yes, it's the same thing. I
shouldn't have interrupted. I'm sorry. This is clearly your story.
No, interrupt all the way. It's your games. And
we just work here. Let's call the whole thing off.
And when they indicated to kill him, instead I carved a D.
Right, it's right in his face.
I carved a D on his forehead.
Wow, that's a big D.
Yeah, it's a big D on his forehead.
The biggest D I've ever seen.
What does the D stand for?
But this is why the crowd were chanting. They were saying, please, give mercy, give mercy. And even though your highness, even though your white and gold facedness, that you said to kill them, I decided to spare their life.
It's all about the crowd, brother.
The crowd and the
win the crowd and we'll win our freedom, brother.
Well, let's not go there.
Technically, we are free.
Yeah,
are we?
Kind of.
Yeah,
not really, but yes, it's a grey area. But that's why I listened to the crowd, and I didn't know it was a definite order. If you want me to go and
kill him now. We'll off him right now.
Stand by your conviction.
I will do whatever you say from now on.
You would go back on your word as a gladiator and hero of the arena.
Yeah, Dash, you would go back on your word.
Yeah, come on, brother. Why would you do that?
What's wrong with you?
With things like this, it's very complicated. You know, one can't give you an answer straight away. There would be something I would need to give some
Dash
talk
Dominic
about.
It is very simple. Like all choices we have. You just make the choice, and then you stand by it.
I won't go back on my word today, but...
You sound like someone who is sorry.
You are definitely sorry. You're a sorry-eating Tory.
But from now onwards, there's no Tories here. Any Tories here?
No, there's not. There's
no
my
Tories.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Say what I want. There's no fucking sorry. There's no vending machines. There's no Tories.
Because a world where people are made to fight to death in the arena is definitely not a world with Tories.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But I will endeavor to do whatever you wish from here on in, if that is what you would like us to do. And he smiles as best he can. Not in a sarcastic way.
How does a horse smile sarcastically?
Hey, he's not a horse.
A horse, of course.
She pauses and then turns away from you. Baron,
Yes.
you're back.
I'm back, baby.
You made quite a stir the last time you were here.
Always.
Fortunately for me, I'm not particularly a God-fearing person. But
Hey.
there are those amongst the council and the audience who would like to see you fail. You must be aware of this.
Oh, I don't think that's true. The Baron turns and waves at the crowd.
Performance check.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Or persuasion, up to you.
Oh, shit, okay. Yeah. Every player's...
Yeah.
Oh, I've got to check for that.
It's a 13.
Yeah.
You see, I'm improving. That's the best response I've had in years.
I can't argue with that. You two.
Yeah.
Lyax, I believe.
Yeah, brother.
You've had a glittering career elsewhere in Akros.
Yes, I was part of the AWE, brother. I was clanging and banging since I was a little pup, brother.
Good cub.
A little pup, brother.
Lion pup.
Tell me, how has your time been with Lenista Proxima?
She's been real good to us, brother. She's been teaching us the ways of the Acropolis, brother.
I'm so glad you're back.
That's not here. That's somewhere else.
She's been teaching us the ways of the Colossialopolis, brother. She's been teaching us how to win the crowd, brother. Look at this. as a bonus action, I try and woo the crowd.
How?
Yeah, go on.
I
How?
flex my pecs.
You flex your pecs.
little jiggle. little dances.
From a distance, it just looks like you're standing still. Go ahead and make a performance check.
Yeah, that's
Go on.
I don't think there's one
Crush
lady
it.
with some opera glasses going.
that's 9.
9.
no.
Great. People are starting to leave. The game's over. They're slowly filing out.
See, brother.
How'd you like that, Lyax? Bet you wish you could get a meh.
Yeah.
And you, Rama, though that is not your full name.
No.
What?
I told you this at the beginning.
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
I was thinking about something else. Carry on. Sorry.
It is surprising to see you again. I didn't think you would one day sign up to be a gladiator in the Colossiopolis.
Well, I come here for my love of poetry and combat and beating people up.
Indeed. And it was over poetry that we met the first time, out in the plains. How is your poetry career flourishing in the Colossiopolis?
Well, I'm going to be honest, I was struggling with my poetry a little. But then that last battle, there was that poetry that the Manticore said. And then I just, off the cuff, came up with something coming back, and it felt powerful to me, different. So, might have a new direction.
Good. There are still 200 or so people here waiting to see the outcome of this conversation. I'd like you to do a poem for them.
All right.
What, right now?
She steps back.
You got this, brother.
Thanks.
You poem the shit out of this.
Come on. We're all counting on you.
All the arbiters turn to face you.
Do you want to go make a tea and write it down, brother?
No, I'm good. To all you fans who remain from a victory speech, we didn't want to abstain. So I want to shout out to my fellows here. Heroes one and all. We stand. We have the D, layer of the final blow. Truly a master of his hooves and not slow. We've got the Baron. Truly his wings did fly. And you tossed that copper thing around pretty fly, yeah. So that's pretty good. And Lyax.
Yeah, brother.
With your clanging and your banging into 24-inch pythons, or however long they are.
Yeah.
You grabbed on the Manticore's back, and you truly gave him a massive smack. And myself, Rama, here in the sands, I did pretty good, and then I got canned. But for this Manticore, we've shown mercy, because are we the white hands? Who the fuck knows? I'm not sure what we've called.
We're the finger men, aren't we?
The
finger guys.
With a white-fingered hand gang.
We're still.
Yeah, we're working on that.
We're workshopping now.
Yep.
I like 24-inch long pythons.
Yes. That's pretty big pythons.
Make a performance check.
That's 4. So that's going to be absolutely accurate with that terrible thing that I just said. That's a 6.
Oh, God. Imagine.
Hey, you boo, brother.
You come down here and say that.
No, that's not how the Colossiopolis works, boo! You're there for our entertainment, boo!
He's got me there.
Yeah, it's pretty true, brother.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hey, that was good, man.
It was terrible.
No, that was good, brother.
terrible.
It was from the heart, brother.
I enjoyed it.
And you can't fault the heart, brother.
It is very much like your fledgling ludus career. It does indeed have heart, but needs some work. I personally found it thrilling, like I did your first poem that you read to me.
Oh.
That one-word poem.
Yes.
You don't have to do it now. I've already asked quite enough of you. You must be exhausted. I appreciate your art, Rama, and I would have it flourish within the walls of the Colossiopolis. Unlike the feckless dullards of your pride that would see it squashed, the gladiator must not all be about brawn. The ideal performer in these arenas must be about committing to the soul and the mind and the heart of performance, not just the arm. So I shall be looking forward to seeing you in the amphitheater regularly.
You will.
I know I will. I actually also wanted to run something by you. Actually, I've got a very small poem of my own. I just wanted if you wanted to read it.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be great. Yeah.
Okay, great. She reaches within inside her robe and she brings out a very small, a small tablet. And it on it is like a cursory poem about ivy, winds, and there's like an attempt to make it something about like wistfulness and nostalgia. Like it's okay.
Read it out, Rama.
Were you carrying that tablet all over the place, brother?
It's a small tablet. I am not your brother, and yes, I've got plenty of other things in here.
Oh,
Like what?
Pray you don't see them.
oh! I pray I eat my vitamins. Pray I eat my prayers.
You've got it written on your shirt. Yeah? I can read it for you if you like.
That you put back on, even though you ripped it off. It's just hanging on. I really like your poem. It made me wistful for the ivy-clad trees of my youth on the Pride Lands. Perhaps at some point we could work on each other's poetry, help each other. I would like that very much.
Well, of course, my duty.
May I keep this?
You want to keep it?
Yes, may I?
Make a persuasion check.
Not very good. 12. Am I still in? I'm still in the arena, so I should get advantage on these. Really?
What for?
You're just trying to blag it. Just trying to blag it, innit? Because I could get advantage on all my rolls.
Fair enough.
You said all my rolls.
Yeah, for the combat. What are you doing?
That's an extra one. What are you I'm just pure mediocrity happening on my dice right now. I was like, so that's,
You may keep this tablet. You can't see her face. I'm just going to put it that way. Yes, certainly, Rama. I appreciate that. I will.
tucks in his toga next to, like, in his chest.
Well, if you're not careful, you get a bit of gloios on that tablet. So just.
Oh, would you like some gloios?
No, obviously I don't. Shut up.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you can have some. And he just sort of scrapes his skin.
We are leaving. She turns on a heel, and all the arbiters, as one, march her all the way back up the stairs, and you're left in the sand.
Do you want some gloios?
I'll get on that.
Yeah, there we go. Just dab it on there. There we go. It's a bit bloody. It's a bit.
Anyone want some of this hot dog?
No, that thing can kill.
Hey, Rama, brother, that was some pretty sweet stuff you got there, brother.
Yeah.
She was falling at your knees, brother.
Yeah, was she?
Yeah, she was wanting you, brother.
So
you
you're
got
gonna
the gab, brother.
I
gonna
thought
bone
I
the
was.
Legate, right?
I thought I was going to die just then.
Completely.
I thought that she was going to, tear my.
I was 100%. Like I was already divvying out your stuff in my head.
Absolutely, I don't blame you. If you died, I'd get everything.
I think if you make a choice, just stick with the choice. Don't back down on the choice. She didn't seem to like that.
Maybe that's something I need to work on for myself, isn't it? Really?
Just flashing back to Dash's speech phrase. I never back down.
I will never change my opinion today.
One person goes, "You sure about that?" He goes, "I will change my mind instantaneously. Just tell me what to do."
Yeah, right. Well, he did think he was going to die, so he was like.
What's happening with the D head over here?
Yeah, Alex goes over to the esophagus guy.
A line of arbiters interposes themselves between you and Androphagus. Androphagus is carried away. Well, dragged away. His prone, unconscious body is dragged across the sands to a different exit. You are gently ushered towards the other one as the cheers of the arena fade. And as the bloody swipe follows Androphagus's prone body out of one end, you walk out of the other. Back to your quarters and back to a happy-looking Proxima. Proxima is there in your quarters, and as you are having your wounds attended to, she cheers you with a cup of wine. For, of course, you have also leveled up to level 3.
Very nice.
Congratulations, another game down, another victory. This one only just. But yes, that counts as a level up. Well done, congratulations. So,
Excellent.
as you apply those, Proxima has laid out a winner's feast after you've finished bathing and washing yourself with eucalyptus leaves. So some of you getting your wounds attended to. That is Rama and Lyax with the most severe. You're still in bandages by the time dinner time comes around. And as the balmy, cool evening sets in, and like the low drone of small insects buzzes into your quarters from the sky. You are gorging yourself on various sweet meats and, yes, Ross, cheeses.
Oh, yeah, brother.
Oh, it's so milky.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
Sweaty cheese is my favorite, brother.
Gets in your...
It gets in all your teeth, doesn't it?
Dash, make a constitution saving throw. Congratulations again. Well done.
I'm a cheesy horse.
You are a cheesy reverse centaur, and you are my favorite reverse centaur.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah.
They're chanting your name now, Dash.
Let me listen.
Not from here. The arena's ages away.
Oh, I thought you meant now.
No, I just meant metaphorically.
Could we open a window and find out?
No, we're outside. There's no roof.
All right.
Anyway, I'm saying that the crowd are on side. They know who Diplomaticus is.
But not right now.
No, listen, I'm saying it's a good thing. It's a milestone you've come across in your career as a gladiator.
Good.
You take things very literally.
Yes, I do. Yes,
How do you feel, my Leonin friends?
I feel like that was one hell of a fight, brother.
It was.
You two went down.
Yeah.
Yes.
We did some damage before we went.
Oh,
Yeah,
you did, yes.
I
It
jumped
was a
onto his
spectacular
page.
jump.
That's
that
sick.
you,
I did a jump.
Yeah, you
That's
did a
really
jump.
good,
I did
yeah.
a jump. I didn't get as high, though, brother, because I hadn't been clanging and banging on my glutes that night, brother. I wasn't exercising, brother. I wasn't pumping those irons, brother. I wasn't pushing that Jack, brother.
Jack Black, who's now in this. Like he's in everything else at the moment.
Do you pull up your shorts? There's just like Jack Black pulsing underneath you.
Baron.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot the voice then. Baron, you know there's enchantments to stop you getting out of the...
I always forget that. You'd think it's happened 7 or 8 times.
Got that first
It
hand.
literally always, every time, I'm like, what's going on? I'm going out this way, and it doesn't work.
You're the only one with experience.
I know.
You forget every time.
You think I would learn it by now, but it just doesn't seem to settle in there.
Also, you definitely just ran away, brother.
I was repositioning.
You were saying, help me. Pull me up.
You can't hear that through the... Although I do have a very expressive face.
Well, I will say, it's certainly... I was just below the Elysium box where the legate was, and I could see the whole thing. It certainly added to the crowd's interest. They hung on every action as you fought down there. And I had to say, the feigned or foe running away actually maybe even worked in your favor. It certainly had the crowd very, very interested.
Well, that's good. I'm glad I didn't pee myself for nothing.
Aren't we all? I saw that the legate came and spoke to you. Legate Reviscon.
Yes.
I didn't
Turns
hear what
out
she said.
Rama knows her.
What?
She wants a piece of Rama.
Yeah, she wants a piece of that Rama, brother.
I met her many years ago, and she listened to some poetry of mine.
There was a kind of connection there, brother.
She was
wearing
into
a
him
mask.
very much.
There was definitely
I couldn't really read much.
You can tell a lot from people wearing a mask. Your performance can be quite understated, but you can still, see nuances of human behavior.
Hey, aren't we all wearing masks, brother?
Metaphorically, it is.
Yeah, brother.
Well, that's interesting. You may be able to crowbar some leverage there. Having someone you know in the highest council of the Callisiopolis will serve you well.
Do we need a crowbar, or
What?
do we need a crowbar?
Not been invented yet. Suck it.
And yet I still understand what you meant.
Yes. Don't talk to me about your crossbow. That's ridiculous.
Is there a vending machine?
No, there's fucking not. She smashes a big elbow on the table as she leans across and points at you, Rama, and says, "But mark my words, do not trust the legates. Whatever reason they have for setting this thing up is purely for their own ends. You may have some momentary advantage with them. You may be able to coerce them to do something for you, but ultimately, they hold all the power here, and we hold none of it. You do well to remember that, my poet friend.
All right.
Just keep bushing out those jumps like you did. That was fantastic.
Yeah, I was pretty pleased with that. Yeah.
That was
That was a
incredible.
good jump.
Yeah, what was that? What was that?
Good jump.
The sort of battle poetry that I did there. That was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was good, bro.
Because I'm going to be honest, I was pretty intimidating when he did that big long poem at me. I was shit. That's a lot of words.
And there's a lot of talk about how you two were great in the fight, but I got the killing blow. Do you know? Remember that?
I mean, we literally began this conversation saying about
That's
how
what I
people
was saying at
were
the start.
shouting your name. And
Sorry, I forgot.
do you want us to open a window just to let a bit of air in?
Bringing it back to me again. I'm sorry. Dash, dash, dash. No, all right. Carry on.
Is that what the D stood for?
Oh my gosh!
I see.
It's your
Dash.
name.
I thought it was like D for
It actually stands for
dead.
Dominicles.
I've been misreading so many of the things you've
when-
said.
It's a family thing. When my parents used to fly.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's
So
actually
you're,
best.
so you're
when
dash what is it? Dash
Dominically.
dash Dominically. So why
My
did you only
name
why did you only do
is
one D?
Dash. My name is Dash.
Shouldn't it be double D?
So when you say you're gonna get the D, you mean you're gonna get the Dominicles?
Yes, but then you couldn't give it anything you want, really.
Oh,
You
so
know,
So you're gonna get
Like-
I've been around the block, and I can tell you legally, you can't give it anything you want.
in the fight, I said, I need to decide, so it can be decisions. There was another time he got what he deserved.
So you carved
so
a D
the-
for decisions
So
on
the
the
D
guy's
was
face.
the D was
No,
for
he got the
deserves.
deserved,
That's what he got.
yeah.
Deserves.
Dessert. All right.
And it's for every time he looks in the mirror, he
Dessert?
remembers.
yeah.
the
What
D.
about when you go to the restaurant, brother, and you
Yeah.
want to order dessert, brother?
Do you just carve it into the waiter's face?
No, it doesn't work like
That's how
that.
you ask for the dessert menu.
It doesn't work like that. No. You carve it into the dessert.
How do you ask for the mains?
Decisively.
Oh.
See, the D works.
Yeah.
There are just so many people in this town with just D's carved in.
Now there's going to be like fans, like just
Oh, God.
drawing D's on their face.
If there is anything that I've learned from today, it is certainly that the D certainly works. She proffers a wine cup to you all and says, "Salve."
Salve,
Salve, brother.
D.
You clat your.
Has she let us have some wine this time?
Yeah,
cool.
you've all got watered down wine with your meal. Actually, yeah. It's quite nice. It's not rich. It's quite a subtle taste. And you're quaffing a few of those back. There's a knock.
That's a knock. Come in.
Come in.
Enter.
I thought we were outside.
Yes, me too.
So your quarters are all open roofed, right? But it's all in a complex of buildings that have walls and stuff like that. So like there are very few roofs on this part of the quarters here. But
If it was me, I would just climb over the roof.
That's because you can't be stopped.
Exactly. And you would fly over the walls, wouldn't you? You would fly over them.
No, I always know the Buble always knocks twice.
And I tell you, if you were up there, you'd be up there, and then you'd drop down to here, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I see. Yeah,
Very
yeah.
nice.
See, the D works.
I feel like we're on Sesame Street.
are you just using things that begin with the letter D?
Definitely. You see, the D works.
I mean, I'm going to say this is a dangerous part of
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I hate that this works.
Right, let's open
We should
the
answer the heavy marble
door.
door.
Would you
Let's open the
say?
door.
Would you say you were disgusted by this?
Shut up.
door.
The door opens and Gary is stood there.
Gary!
Hello, mate. I've come back and I've done some selling. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Gary.
Hi.
What did you sell?
Well, I got a lot of Rama's smelly bits,
The sexy juice. Yes.
and I've obviously done a cut and stuff like that. Rama, can you make a charisma check?
Oh yes, of course I can. With the Stella, right? Do I get advantage here?
No.
Punished for the rest of this campaign.
There's just one fan following you, still cheering.
Yeah.
I love gravity. 16.
16.
Yeah.
Gary counts out 16 gold pieces and hands them to you.
Ooh. Is that much?
What do you think?
Not really, no.
There you go, mate.
Is this it?
This is your cut. The sellings were not great. You're not that famous yet. Okay?
How much did you make overall?
I made a sum. I could afford the very hard sausage.
I didn't understand that sentence. Are you threatening me with a hard sausage? Because I don't want to take violence over, because I've seen what a hard sausage will do to a creature, and you could really cause some damage.
Yeah, I did
damage.
I did okay.
Damage.
It works.
Nice.
Damage.
I like it.
Sorry, you don't know this conversation.
No, I don't know this conversation.
D.
Would you keep saying it?
Gary, it's fine. Just carry carry on, Gary.
Gary, just disregard him.
Nice.
Yes.
I like it.
Anyway,
How much did you make overall?
I made a cut.
Give me a figure.
There was what's that?
A figure.
He reaches into his pocket and brings you out an ivory figurine.
No, just something.
What was
Take the figurine.
What was the
It looks like it's
percentage
worth
that you took, brother?
Don't be divisive. Just tell me.
I took. Well, I have to make money, same as you.
You took 80%, didn't you, brother?
What's 80%? I can't do
You took
maths.
80%, brother, didn't you?
How many?
For every
Gary?
gold coin you took, Gary, how many did you give?
How much do you think I make selling sweat to rich people?
I mean, probably quite a lot.
If you've
My
seen this
right?
sweat, brother.
It's a good sweat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rama's just
Got
like,
someone
yeah.
fixing
Oh,
sweat,
yes.
everyone.
Yeah. See, the people love it.
Let me tell you, after today's actions, okay, your sweat might be worth a bit more. So come here and let me scrape you with my curry comb.
I don't...
No, I think
Sure, Gary.
I think Gary's
Your value is going to go up, mate.
maybe
Yeah.
roll some sort of check to
I
see.
think that's a.
Yeah. Oh, were you going to give me a contract?
Yep.
Yep, where's that contract?
Mate, I've got my contractor who's having to write it up. He says it's four-man job, 2 days, okay? It's a nightmare. Honestly, you have to run these things through the Constantinople Consortium. They've got a handle on a lot of admin. They actually own a lot of the wax slates in the Colosseopolis. Nightmare.
Let's just carve a D into this guy's face.
What?
For dividend.
See, the D works.
The D works.
All right, you can have
I'm
a
on
little
board
bit
with
more.
the D.
A little bit
Okay.
more, but not that
On
much.
board
Okay.
with the D.
So I give him like an arm's worth.
Okay, this not, I mean,
mean-
lot more people interested in the brand of Rama now, so arm is not a lot.
Well, it's not a lot, but then...
Don't
they
you
get-
like money?
You don't want to flood the market.
I'm gonna flood. This is what you said last time when you attacked me and brought me to the floor. I nearly got burnt on fire by tea lights.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, go on, give us one more scraping. Let me scrape you.
No.
Okay.
You can scrape me if you want,
I
brother.
don't want to, mate.
Why
What about
not?
the D? Do you want
peop-
to scrape the D?
I don't want to. Because you... I was never a fan of the AWE. And I tell you what, my buyers, not big fans of Acros in general, okay?
Not bothered about you, brother.
Oh, well then why you ask me if I want to scrape you, eh?
I don't care about you, brother.
Oh yeah, you don't care about me. Listen, what you did to the boulder was fucking abominable, okay? You can pretend to be all you like here in the Colosseopolis, but me and my mates, we know you are a murderer.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
On his way out, Gary makes a sleight of hand check against Rama. Rama, what's your passive
Just to
perception?
pickpocket his sweat.
She's trying to grab my sweat.
Fucking good. What's your passive
my
perception?
God.
Rama? Actually, no, you can roll a perception check if you want because you're actually there.
Yeah, okay. No, that's not going to be good
You
enough.
just,
That's gonna
and
be...
before the door closes, you just feel along your back, and he's like, ha ha ha, as he scrapes you one more time, runs out the door and it closes.
God damn it, Gary. I don't know whether to trust that guy, but, 16 gold pieces. That doesn't seem very much.
Speaking of gold, sorry, Lax, are you alright?
Yeah. I'm fine, brother.
Said some pretty hurtful stuff then, but I wasn't going to get involved.
Do you want some cheese?
I need some more sweaty
Have some
cheese, brother.
Gotta eat some sweaty cheese.
That's right, Ross. Yeah, we're making it.
No, don't
This
put
is
your-
immersive now, bitch. Yeah, it's happening.
I
Yeah.
said eat the cheese.
So sweaty and...
For Mogus's sake, would you please eat a fig with that cheese? Otherwise, it's never going to come out of you.
Oh, it's so wet,
There's
brother.
no figs left. Sorry.
Oh, he's going for more.
It's discolored, brother, because
Somebody
it's been
stop.
out in the open, brother.
Speaking of which, I have your gold here. from your fight. Congratulations.
Nice.
There is a large silk-wrapped pouch that she puts on the table. Don't get excited. It's not 600 gold pieces.
Too late. Already excited.
Is that because 2 of us went down?
Indeed. You only have 500 in there.
How much did you take?
The cut's already decided before it gets to me.
No.
It's sort of like a supplementary agency fee.
You're very interested in bureaucracy.
Yes, I am.
I'm confused about the cost of sweat and money and.
So what you're saying is Team Dirtnap here owes us 100 gold.
Hey.
What? I'm just saying what Dash is thinking.
No, I'm just wondering how it works.
Dash, that is dastardly.
D works.
Yes.
Hey, Dash, should we tell these other 2 about that guy, Kevin?
Kevin.
You know Kevin.
Oh yeah, what about him? I was having kind of a storyline with him.
Haven't actually seen him for a while.
Yeah, I haven't seen him.
Oh, I completely forgot about him.
Look, we're all massive. Can we all just check none of us sat on him? just check your hooves.
I don't trust that guy.
No.
He's not here, but I just want to let you know that I don't trust him. He's got something weird about him. I got a inkling, brother.
Oh, I don't know.
Yes,
I think he's all right.
My D's tingling.
Whether or not your D's tingling, Dash, he's a member of this ludus. Also, that's fine words coming from an alleged murderer, Lyax.
She's got you there.
I didn't murder the bowler, brother.
You don't need to persuade me. You just need to persuade the crowd. I don't care. I've had criminals in here before, and I won't judge them before. I won't judge you. But I do need team cohesion. You've just won a victory. You've got 500 gold, more to whatever you had in your pockets. We've got a day at the amphitheater tomorrow, and we're going to the Decagon as well. Yeah, I don't want to hear any complaints about that.
The Decagon?
Yes.
That's the spa, right?
No, that's the Asclepian.
Which one's the Decagon?
The religious place.
Oh, for God's
No,
sake!
we're going. All right. Well, you need to be seen now.
But religion's boring.
You're getting slowly famous, and you need to be seen to be pious to the gods.
It's true. We do need to do this.
We also need to probably go and get some first aid, like, some potions or something, brother.
We probably need to rest. Yes, of course.
You do. Have you decided on who your patron was going to be? You have multiple offers at this point.
I've totally forgotten.
Should we
all
run
the
through them
patrons.
again?
Let's run through them again.
Very well.
Well, we should, yeah, and
We have.
As far as I go ahead.
No.
Right. There's the people at the snake ladies at the spa.
That's the Asclepian.
Snake ladies.
The Gorgons at the Asclepian.
The Gorgons at the Asclepian.
yes.
There's the gym guy at the gym.
I'm not necessarily fond of the gym. Well, mind you, we can go down. We can use the gym.
the
can't
gym
we?
guy.
that's right, yeah.
You dirt naps don't get a vote.
Ross and James are sat there in their vests, both grunting about how much they love the gym. That was a brilliant visual. It's great.
Yeah.
And there's the dodgy shopkeeper
There's
guy.
the shopkeeper. I don't think we should go for the shopkeeper.
The guy with, we already kind of started that quest.
Yes.
Kevin was sort of on that one, and I'm pretty sure in that case the D stands for drugs.
Is.
Sounds like it. You only actually have one proper offer, but you could make good on 2 others. Akabash has made it. Apparently, he will offer you patronage as long as you give him some substances, which I believe you have on your persons. I don't know for certain.
Great.
Gunter Gitgood has actually offered you patronage. All you have to do is say yes or no. And the Gorgons at the Asclepian, by the way, well done for negotiating that. They appear to want you to do something first before they will offer you patronage.
I like the Asclepium.
I like the Asclepian.
I like the snake ladies.
I like the gym, bro.
Let's rock, paper, scissors.
No.
Let's compromise and go with drugs.
Best out of 7.
No, if you wish to decide this properly, there will be no rock papyrus shears. We are in the Calissiopolis. If you'd like to fight it out, I can arrange a chalk circle for tomorrow.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's all have a fight,
Let's
brother.
fight and decide.
Because without Kevin here to be the tiebreaker, then looks like it's 2 versus 2.
Yeah.
Unless you can
Rama, we got this, brother. Yeah. We got this, brother.
Someone's just realised they've gotten some new level 3 abilities.
Hang on a minute. That just means... Now, Baron, listen. If we fight these two, are you going to step up, or is it going to be 2 against 1 here?
I never go back on my word. I'm as reliable as you are, Dash.
So yes or no?
I can tell you
You're
that
speaking like a Tory now.
the Baron is 100%.
I can. The D will not stand for deception if I stand with you.
Are you going to fight or not?
You don't actually have to fight each other, but if you can't find some other way to decide, then maybe that's the solution. Either way, I bid you all a good night. Well done today. Think very wisely how you will spend that 500 gold, if you will even spend all of it, because the next game will be in a couple of days. You know how this goes now. We're getting into the momentum of it.
Healing potions?
Maybe some weapons.
Weapons, potions,
Drugs.
no, not drugs.
Well, then we can get drug guy. At least find out what his offer is. We could get drug guy on board.
I mean, can
And
we
then-
have more than one page?
Wait, do we already have?
Damn.
So we
See,
already
the D
have.
works.
The D works.
We have a decision to make.
We
Nice.
do.
Like it. I don't think do can count. I don't think you can have two letter words.
One more fucking thing. She comes back in. She pushes open the marble door. Wait. What's your fucking team name?
Oh, yes, the D. No, it's not the D. It's, the D-bags. No. It's, it's, Dash, Dominicles, and the delightful
D's.
disciples. No, it's,
no,
any of these hitting?
No,
Alright.
not really on board.
We were
with,
kind of the white finger fucks.
I like the finger men.
I don't like the finger men, because we're not men. None of us are men.
No. The finger people?
Finger people.
That sounds like a CBBB show.
I think it sounds progressive.
How about the fingers? Just the fingers, you know? The middle fingers?
The middle fingers.
The up fingers?
The 5 fingers of D.
What? No.
I mean, I like the D.
The D fingers.
No.
Put your fingers into a D.
Rama, if you disagree so strongly, you're the poet. Do you have a better option?
Oh, here we go.
I'll give it some thought this evening.
Fine.
No,
We should
we
think
should-
about who our sponsor's going to be and who our...
We've got 2 minutes left.
How
We can
about-
probably come up with a name.
How about the clangers and bangers, brother?
The clangers
no.
and the bangers.
Yeah.
It just sounds like we've unified 2 groups called the clangers and the bangers. And I don't want to rip off the clangers. They were
How
a
about-
fearsome ludus.
The fingers and hands. The hands and fingers.
How about the Liomaniacs?
Why are you so obsessed with fingers? What?
The Liomaniacs, brother.
No, the D works better than that. How many Ds?
D unit.
D unit. It's good. I like it. Dlangers and Dlangers? No, something with fingers.
It needs to be something that represents...
Introducing something with fingers.
That's it. That's what we're going for. Something with fingers.
When your names will be shouted across the sands, and you are called to answer the call of glory, what do you want them to say?
Fingers.
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 I'd just like to stipulate as well that I have received some news from across the Coliseopolis. Stronzo Stromboni has formed a new ludus.
What are
What's
they
his
called?
name?
I'm not going to tell you,
Why?
but they have a name.
So why don't you tell us, and then
Yeah.
we could go by that and be like,
What is
okay, we got to
the
live
name?
up to that
Oh,
name,
I thought
brother.
you meant like literally copy his name.
No.
We'll take a name, but better.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I see. If you want to live in the shadow of Stronzo Stromboni and just do things in reaction to what he does.
No, we're going to be called that, but like our pussies. So,
You want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Yeah, yes,
Yes, brother.
Make a persuasion roll.
3,
Fucking hell.
no, 4,
Looks like you'll have to wait until the next game. But they do have a name. As do most luduses.
What's another ludus?
yeah. What's the best ludus name?
Wait, you really need you haven't, I suppose you were calling yourself the Finger Bangers a minute ago, so
I still like it.
It's the best one that we've come up with, I think.
I mean,
You can just imagine the crowd. Fingers, fingers, fingers.
that's not the full name though, is it?
no,
They'll be
no,
shouting, Finger Bangers, Finger Bangers.
Oh, no, sorry. I was going back to fingers, not finger bangs.
Just the
But,
fingers.
Just the fingers.
What is your obsession with fingers?
Fingers, fingers, fingers.
Dash,
creepy.
Dash, isn't it decision time?
What about the outcasts, brother? We're all
Where did that
outcasts.
come from?
That doesn't begin with D or fingers.
We're all outcasts.
You've made a
brother.
mockery of the D fingers system.
We're better than this. We are better than this. How have we not come up
Why don't you call yourself?
Fucking
Why
hell.
don't you call yourself the Deadly Digits? Because that's fingers, and also it begins with a D.
Oh, you were trying to give us the
right.
deadly digits. And our catchphrase could be, we clang and bang.
Wait, no, you've polluted it now, because now that doesn't, clang and bang isn't, unless you're to be called the, what's a metal that begins with D?
Deadly deuterium.
Might be.
Deadly digits.
Well, I'll leave it with you, but,
Digits deadly.
before the next game, I can't give too much away. The Patroni have already decided. I know what the game will be. It would be in your favor if you had a name, all right? So you've got a couple of days. I'm going to leave you to it.
Why don't we workshop a few names and give them to the Patroni and they can pick one? Because they'll definitely pick fingers. Yeah. Because they hate us.
That's an option. That's absolutely an option. Either way, congratulations and well on your victory. Tomorrow, we go to the amphitheater. Prepare yourselves well, and this time maybe actually buy some useful things so you don't nearly die in the next game.
Hey.
We could try, brother.
Yes, we'll try. That's all I ask of you, Lyax. And that's where we'll leave it for this fortnight.
So the fingers, yeah?
Fingers.
I don't know if I could get...
I think a shirt with fingers on, with like get the fingers on. I think that would so really just a hand.